Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Happy Tuesday for our YouTube today. We are going to be making a card, and my focal point of the card is going to be a stamp set called Courage and Faith. So this is a 10 stamp set. It's photopolymer, and I'm sorry, it's red rubber, not photopolymer, red rubber. And this is the stamp set. Oh, it's beautiful. And the sentiments in here are really, I just think they're really beautiful. And so I am going to be using that as my focal point of the card today. I am going to be making my own designer series paper. And I'm going to make a fallish card, and I'm going to use Cheerful Daisies as the stamp set. And I'm just going to use that all over the cardstock, the white cardstock, to make my designer series paper. So let's get started today. I'm going to be using 4 different stamp pads, and I'm going to show those to you right now. Okay, so these are the colors of stamp pads that I'm going to be using. Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Azure Afternoon, which is a new color that just came in this year, and I love it. Beautiful blue, great for like beachy cards also, and old olive. And so I think these colors just play well together. And so let's get started. I am going to use the daisy, the big daisy from the stamp set, and this is the inside. So what I'm going to do is, obviously is a daisy, but I think it can be used as a sunflower. And so we're going to make it look like a sunflower today. So the first thing I'm going to do is just open these pads. It's dangerous. I'm going to open them all at the same time. Eek. And really concentrate so I don't pull up the wrong color, which I've been known to do once or twice. Okay, so this is the big daisy, and this is a photopolymer set. So I'm going to stamp several times with Crushed Curry. Okay. And since this is such a big stamp, I'm only going to stamp it like 4 times. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to stamp the inside, so there is this stamp. Okay, so to make this look like a sunflower, I'm going to stamp the inside of that, in a second, in Early Espresso, the dark brown. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the inside, and I don't think it's really important really how you turn it, but can you see I'm thinking? Make sure I go to that pad. So see, it does look like a sunflower. Okay. All right, now I want to bring in the leaves, and there's only 1 leaf in this set. It's kind of small. Kind of wish it was a little bit bigger, but I think it'll work out fine. I'm going to do this in Old Olive. Okay, so I'm going to stamp a few of these, kind of coming off of my flower. Turning it so it actually fits in between these petals. Okay, I can add more if I need to. Okay, now I want to bring in that Afternoon Azure, and there's a small set of flowers in this set. It's like a 3-flower cluster. They're very small. So I'm going to stamp these in, and it's very dark. Okay, my pad's really juicy, so I'm just gonna, yeah, pretty juicy. Randomly stamp this. So some of these will get covered up with my sentiment, so I'm going to try to be careful where I stamp these. Okay, I think that looks good. I might do one more, just down here, just the corner. Okay, so I kind of made my own DSP, right? All right, I'm liking it. I'm thinking, does it need any more leaves? might do one more leaf up here just to fill in this white gap. And I really think that's pretty good. I don't think it needs much more. Okay, so I'm going to close these pads, except I'm going to leave my early espresso one open. And I'm going to use that for my sentiment. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. And on the sentiment, I decided to pull up my Something Fancy dies. Okay, so there are 12 dies in here, and these are nesting dies. So like these two are tags, they're tags, and they nest inside each other. Here's 3 and here's 2. And then you have the little toppers, okay, that you can cut out. And then this one is a hexagon, love that one. And then a long skinny tag type. So there are 12 dies. I am going to use these two, okay, the largest one and this middle one, okay. So what I did was I cut out white cardstock out of this one, and then crushed curry out of this one. Okay, so now these will nest on top of each other, kind of like that. But I'm going to stamp my sentiment first. And the sentiment that I chose was, "In everything give thanks." It's from 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 18. And it is a beautiful scripture. So I'm going to stamp that right here. So this is red rubber, and I just got that ink in the little edge in the ink pad, so I need to be careful not to rock. Good. Okay, it's a little bit juicy, so I'm going to let it dry for just a second. In the meantime, on the back of this, I'm going to put some dimensionals, and close that pad up so I don't stick my hand in it. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this piece. So I'm going to pop that up. Okay. Oh, I did touch it, and it did smear. How did I do that? Oh, Trevis. It's very juicy. I'm shocked that it's that juicy. Well, we're going to go with it because just are. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. I'm not going to touch it where the ink is. Try to be careful. Okay, now I'm going to take the backs off of these dimensionals. Okay. All right, so that's ready. Set that there so it doesn't get on anything. Okay, so I have a piece of Azure Afternoon, and I want to mount this on here. So just going to, so this is just a smidge over 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, and then I have a piece of crushed curry. This is going to be my card base. Crushed curry, 5.5 by 8.5. And don't know why these didn't smear, and the others did. Okay, so I have a nice border. I really like that extra wide border. Okay, and then I have this, and I am going to place this in the center. Kind of bothers me that that's smeared, but hey, this is the way it goes. Now, in the centers of these, right, there's no stamp for the center of those little flowers. I wish there was. There's this one, but that is for these flowers. And then this one is for the bigger ones, but there's nothing for the centers of these. And I guess it's not important enough to put a center in, but I'm going to take my Stampin' Right marker, and I'm just going to draw a center in because I don't like the flower without a center. This one, can't really tell whether if that's flower. Yeah. Yes. There. Some of the flowers are underneath there, so be it. Okay. So you could use, if you wanted to, you could use, you know, some dots, or you could use, another good idea would be this. So this is our Metallic Enamel Effects Basics. And there are 3 colors in here. We have copper, gold, and silver. But it takes a while to dry. So you see I already have an issue with drying. So I don't really know that I wanted to add that, but that would kind of look pretty. I think the copper in there would have been kind of cool. Then it would have to sit and dry. So, all right, so there's our card today. Made another one that's not smeared. And that's this one. Okay, I like this one better because it has more blue showing. This one needs a little blue or something right there, which I could stamp on there still. And it did not smear. So, you know, and this one opens up this way. This one opens this way. So I don't know what your preference is on that. I kind of like cards that open like this, but it's all good. So hope you enjoyed the video today, and I appreciate you watching them, and I will see you on Friday. My name's Trevis Bossler, demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri. Thanks again. Bye.